gang. Now, where are we? Just a minute. Just a minute. It's all just something's going terribly wrong here this morning. Let me have a look there. Data opener. Camera 2 and date. There it is. Good morning. Now, yes, I didn't want you to have to go through all that opening, and I'll tell you what happened in a minute just as you rejoin us this morning. Sorry, gang. It's Monday, the 1st of April, 2019. A warm welcome along to this United Kingdom talk coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. I had to stop the stream there. I'll tell you why in a minute, okay? We'll just wait for everyone else to join us again. But there wasn't any way out of that, and it will amuse you. It will amuse you to tell you what just happened. I have all got your messages from earlier, okay? So don't worry about those. These are right in front of me there. But the trouble is, if you stop a stream and then restart it, it comes up in a different place, doesn't it? You know, so you'll know that I've restarted something because you got another little ping there. But you're probably wondering what happened, and I will tell you in a second, and it will amuse you. It will nothing to do with going to the toilet, don't worry. And it's not an April Fool either. I am actually here in the flesh today, you know, hanging on by a thread, to be honest. And it will be a slightly shorter, slow show today because I've got to be somewhere at 10:30. So good morning to you, boys and girls. How was your Mother's Day? Did you have a nice Mother's Day? Mums up and down the country and all over the world, either with us or not with us. Bless my father, you know. My sister was very pleased with Mother's Day. She received some flowers and stuff from my niece in Cyprus, who sent them up, you know, done that interfloral thing, made a phone call and then got charged £2,000 for one red rose or something like that. And my nephew and his wife, they got her over there to do him a dinner, which was she done her a dinner and done her makeup. My sister looks really young today. If only she looked young in real life, if not just on pictures or something like that. So that was their Mother's Day. So have we got any mothers watching the show this morning? Do let us know how your Mother's Day went yesterday. I do hope it was all right. Down at church while I was playing the organ, I did play Mother of Mine. Do you know that one? Mother of mine, you gave to me all that would do. And it's that one, yes. So she played that. Now, let me read these early messages out and then I'll tell you what happened then a moment ago. First message of the day to Katie and Patterson. Good morning, Katie. Welcome to the show. Ray Reynolds is in the house on this April Fool's Day. And of course, there won't be any April Fool's jokes on this programme. The papers are full of them. And Facebook as well. It just amazes me how people put they cut and paste the same jokes on their Facebook walls and think that no one else is going to notice that. But more importantly than April Fool's jokes is we need a new Barry Manilow picture. One moment, please. Let me just get my gun stapler out. This is my favourite tool, this is. The gun stapler. Here we go. Let's see what Barry's doing this month. Oh! There he is. Oh, blimey. He's got a white... Just a minute. There we are. He's got a white jacket on. That's a nice one, isn't it? I haven't got a white jacket. I've got a cream one. No white jacket for me. Incidentally, Barry Manilow fans may be interested to know, boys and girls, that Barry Manilow has been it hasn't been stretched. He has been extended. He has been extended at his Las Vegas residency through to September, October, November. Get booking your tickets. Oh, I'd love to go again. I like going to Vegas. I like not so much the fruit machines. I don't really do any of that. But going to see shows. If you go to Vegas, before you go, get those shows booked up. Right? Go every night and see another show. As theatre tickets and things go, they're very reasonable in Vegas. The price of tickets to go and see shows in Vegas is very reasonable. Worth going. Okay, so he's been extended. There he is in his April picture. Before everyone might, oh, you haven't changed the picture on your Barry Manilow thing. There's always people looking for faults. Not that I have any at all. And that isn't an April Fool's joke. Good morning to the lovely Duke. Good morning, Dukey Chrissy baby. Morning to Mike Reese-Ponto, who says it's a very crisp morning in Portsmouth. It's a bit cold here. I stuck my nose, because that's the longest thing I've got. The longest thing I've got is my nose, and I stuck it out the door, and it froze immediately. Cold weather is on the way, dear. Cold weather is on the way. Hello to Diane Jebb, Michael Pullman in Australia, Michael Lawrence, morning. Mike likes the jolly upbeat theme tune. Do you like it? I've got lots of little tunes like that and jingles and things. Morning to Gustav. Morning, Gustav. Mark Jones, morning to you. Did the 50 pence run out? No. I'll tell you what happened in a moment, please. Adam the plumber, good morning. Mark Jones, hello, Mark. Do you have cleaning products in the studio? What's going on? Yes, I wanted to show you this because it's empty. Look, it's empty. Do you know why? I cleaned my bathroom yesterday. How fabulous is that? See? These things only need to get done once every 2 months or so. I noticed on my lovely red tiled walls, well, it's sort of more a maroon colour, on the red tiled walls in the bathroom are lots of little white speckly bits where clearly the toothbrush hasn't been in my mouth properly, and little sparkles, bits of toothpaste are coming out all over the wall. So I cleaned that yesterday. I wanted to leave that up there to see if anyone noticed it so that you know that I am actually not a dirty old bastard. My house is clean. I even cleaned the dust off the television stand at the weekend. That is saying something, that is. Thank you, Adam. Morning to Steve Fairman. Good morning to Stephen Fairman. Morning, sir. No, Barry, there's not a stapler in his head, just above it. Don't worry, Barry will not be stapled. Morning to Richard Harvey and Jackie and Rico. That's a great name, that is. Rico. It's a very sexy name, isn't it? Don't you think? Rico. Certain names are very sexy. Rico. Chris. I mean, you don't get more sexy than me, do you? Look at me. Look at me. People, when what's his name now? That little swimmer boy. What's his name? Oh. He had his picture of him and his other half and a little boy. Do you know his name's gone right out of my head, it has. What's his name? The little swimmer boy. Gay. Who is he? Oh. No, can't remember his name. But, I mean, people turned off. When he was on the telly and I did a show late at night, ITV lost millions of viewers because they decided to watch me as well. Instead, rather. Sexy, that's me. Michael took his mum to Fort Park yesterday. Are you mad? Oh, she must have been hated that. What a place to take your mum. Do you actually think she wants to go on these fast rides? Oh, she does. Oh, beg your pardon. It's just me, is it? I don't go on any fast rides. No. My favourite ride of all time at an arcade is at the theme park is It's a Small World at Disney. La 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 la. That one, yes. Morning to Richard Harvey. I said hello to you, didn't I, Richard? Good morning to Peter Lake, who says it's a nice sunny day in Woodall Spa. I'm going to cut the grass in my garden today. Take the dog out for a walk later on from Peter Lake International. Good morning, young Peter. He's not had his head stapled. It's above the head. Above the head. Morning to John Aitken, who's in the ghastly place known as Shepherd's Bush. I should probably be driving around that later with my windows closed. Thank you very much. I still can't remember the swimmer's boy's name. Someone tell me the swimming boy's name, you know. Ray Reynolds is there. Claire, good morning, Claire. We missed you. We've missed you. I've been concerned of your welfare, Claire. You're one of these people with an ongoing cold, aren't you? She's back from her holiday in Kent. We're in a static caravan at Birchington Vale Caravan Park. Very nice place. Did some karaoke and went on a Segway for the first time. It's good fun. I've never been on one of those, Claire. I don't know if I'd be able to balance. Can you? If you've only got one leg, can you go on a Segway then? That would be more difficult, wouldn't it? I mean, suppose you put your leg in the middle, wouldn't you, rather than one on each side? There's a thought for you. See if someone can work out how they would do that. Katie says it's been cold again in Gatton overnight. We'll put another blanket on, dear. Morning to Juan. Morning. Did you get your Hoover out as well? Yes, I did, John. The entire house has been hoovered. Yes, it's all done, dear. Thank you very much. Juan. Oh, what the horror of toothpaste and the spittles all over the place. Tom Daley. Thank you, John. Tom Daley. There was a picture of him and they've taken their little boy swimming, haven't they? Excellent. Children should be taken to a swimming pool as early as possible. Literally, as they are produced out of their mothers. A quick wash at the hospital and straight down the swimming pool. Chuck them in. They'll soon learn to swim then, dear. But please make sure they're showered first. Otherwise you'll get all that blood and bits of placenta in the swimming pool. Not nice, really. And it's difficult to swim with your mouth closed, it is. Now and again, I must admit, I swallow some of that swimming pool water. Sometimes I purposely do it if I'm swimming very close to a nice lad in front of me, I must admit. I open my mouth and swallow the swimming pool water. Tom Daley, thank you. Everyone's telling us that. Good morning to George Ramsey. George is a top man from Yorkshire. He used to come and sing the karaoke's I used to do, mainly the one at London Bridge and I think Hammersmith as well. Good morning, George. He works in Benidorm as a chef there. Good morning, George. Nice to see you. Happy Monday. Glad to see you in good fettle. Tom Daley is the one, indeed. Yes. Tommy Flynn. He's a diver, not a swimmer. Look, Tommy Flynn correcting me. Look, so happy now. Tommy Flynn's one of those people. He watches the show so that he could desperately looking for something wrong and found something wrong. Quickly, something to type. He's a diver, not a swimmer. Anything else you see wrong in here today, dear? I'm surprised no one's noticed that the top button is done up today. Oh, your top button's done up today. Tom Daley, thank you, Ray. Everyone's saying Ray. Adam, did you use the remote to turn on the air conditioning and plunge the studio into darkness? No, I shall tell you in a moment. Juan, my father's obsessive compulsive intensely. Is he moan as well, does he? Moaners. I had one at the church yesterday. I had a moaner at the church. As I finished playing the organ, and I was out quite quickly yesterday because I'd forgotten to take my 10 o'clock pills. Fortunately, the hour had gone forward, right? So at 11 o'clock, when Mass started, it was only 10 o'clock, which was my pill time. So I was only about an hour and a half late, but I don't like to be late with my pills. And I've come down, finished playing the organ, come down the stairs. There's a lady down there. She says, "Oh, hello again." And I thought, I don't know who this is. Who's this now? Who's this? I said, "How are you?" Trying to work out who she is. She said, "It's lovely to see you again." And she says, "Oh, it's the first time we've heard you play. Very nice." She said, "I like it that you play quite loud." Because I do. If I'm playing I do have it quite loud. Because I always feel, the louder the organ, it pulls people along. Otherwise, they drag. And everything is done at a snail's pace. It doesn't sound good. So I try and pull people along. So that was nice. And she had someone else with her. And that was nice as well. He made a nice comment. And then some old bloke come out. Right? This old bloke come out. So, this is Chris. He was playing the organ today. Wasn't he good? Oh, well, to be honest, I've got... This bloke's about 70 years old. Well, to be honest, I've got a bit of sensitive hearing and it's a little bit too loud for me. And I thought, why did you even bother saying anything? Why do people have to criticise to your face like that? Aren't they awful? It's like my karaoke singers. If you sing badly, I will not tell you. You would not know what I think about your singing if you sang badly. If I told people how badly there'd be no one there. Certainly not me. And I thought, you sad old git. How dare you? Anyway, it's a little bit too loud. I've got sensitive ears. I thought, you silly old fool. Thought to myself as he went out. And he says, yes. And then the lady says, "Oh, his wife plays." Nailed it. So his wife plays there. Because I don't do it every week. It sort of works out to 2 weeks a month, which can be 1 and 2, or 1 and 4, or 1 and 3. They're not necessarily that week and then off, and then that week and then off. It just depends where they come. When am I on next? Let me have a look. Not till the 14th. Okay, so that's not this week. Oh, it's the week after. So I'm doing the 14th this week. Turns out his wife is one of the other players. I mean, say no more. I know which one it is now. It's the one who you can barely hear the damn thing. And she plays at like the speed of a snail. It's a good job none of them watch this, isn't it? So, if you haven't got anything nice to say about people who are not celebrities, incidentally, If you've got celebrities, then you can say what you want because they're in the public eye. Say what you want about me. It doesn't bother me while I'm doing this. But honestly, blooming cheek, innit, eh? Let me see. Claire says, segways are difficult to balance on, but soon you get used to it. I did fall off trying to be clever going backwards and round a corner at the same time. Bruises all down one leg. Oh, do be careful, Claire. I can get one of my nice boys who comes in Central Station to have a look at those for you. In fact, I don't know if Chris is still with us, Duke. He was a medic once. He can have a little look for you. Talking of medical things, I've been having a little bit of pain in my wrist, and I'm wondering if it's anything to do with that fall. Weeks, you remember that's weeks ago now. Well, it's only just started hurting, so I don't know what that is. Katie's got 4 blankets on her bed. Well, a duvet as well. What you want is a 20-tog duvet on there. You won't get cold then. Good morning to Joanna. Morning. Morning, Joanna. Dr. SOS Gregorian. Good morning to you, sir. Roy says, it's his ugly pills. See, he was late now. He's ugly. I've been ugly for years, Roy. I've been ugly for years, although looking at your pictures, not as ugly as some other people that we know, Roy. Okay. Is it Manilow or Randall and Hopkirk? Do you remember that? In the Randall and Hopkirk. How did the music go to that? Ooh, Randall and Hopkirk. Can't remember the music to that one. John, did you watch Line of Duty? Not yet. Got it on the recorder. My mate came round last night. And I suggested that to him, but he didn't. I think he saw the beginning of it and didn't get into it. So we watched Star Trek shorts. If you're watching Star Trek on Netflix, that's Star Trek Discovery on Netflix, then you will go to the episodes and then go right down to the bottom, and there are like about 4 little shorts, Star Trek shorts, which are about 15 minutes long each, and they're very good. The last one is very funny, where I think a fugitive has got a beard. Very, very funny indeed. So Star Trek shorts, if you're interested, if you're watching Netflix Star Trek Discovery, go on the episodes, go right down the bottom, and they're right there at the bottom along with the trailers and things like that. Okay. Peter, can you just use one method to send your message in rather than 3 or 4? Because it's getting very confusing. Either use that or send text, not both. All right, mate? Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing there. Good morning to Maureen. Where are Jack the Monkey's jeans? Oh, they kept falling off. I think the elastic's gone. Jack the Monkey did have shorts on, but they kept falling down. Maureen. There's a message from Peter Lake. He's shared an album. Well, I can't look at that on the mobile phone, mate. Sorry, you'll have to send it on the Facebook. All right. Good. Excellent. Good morning to JP, John Parrish. Morning to you. So what happened earlier was nothing failed. Everything was working. And literally at 1 second to due when I was going to come on and start talking to you, the phone rang and it was the doctor. And I've been waiting for a doctor to ring. So I had to take that call. And I never, ever take calls while I'm doing a show, as you probably well know. Unless it's very, very important. If the phone rings, I'll ignore it. I just completely, much to the annoyance of the people that are ringing, really. But that's just how it is. I don't take a phone call unless it's really important or I've got to do something. But that was an important phone call because I'm still getting these discomforts in my lower right-hand stomach. And it was going up my back as well yesterday as well. So I wanted to see the doctor, and he literally rung a second before I was due on, and there was nothing else I could do. I could have shoved up the flag, but then you wouldn't have heard anything. And I thought, I don't know what to do now. So I put the flag up, and then the call went on for a bit. I thought the only thing to do is literally to stop. So I had to hit the stop button, and that's what happened, because the doctor was on the phone. And he's made an appointment for 10:30. Okay, you can see the time now. It's now 9:30, so I won't be with you too long today. Much probably to the pleasing of many of you, but of course because I stopped the show there, it stops the stream, and you kind of have to restart the stream in another place, which means everywhere that the show was shared won't be seeing this. They will have had to realise there was something wrong and then come to my page and then click on it manually because we lost all those connections. But it's just how it is. Sometimes that happens. I've been very busy at the weekend. Let's have a look there. What's the most ugly face? Oh, okay. Claire, what's that? Claire, I don't know what Roy's going on about this morning. He's on another planet this morning. Beware of April Fool's jokes, though, this morning, boys, because the papers are full of them. The papers are absolutely full of the April Fool's jokes. Now, there's a couple here that I've pulled out. For example, in the Daily Express, Eurovision shock as Britain will leave the song contest after Brexit. Now, that can't be true. And I'll tell you why that can't be true. And I have to keep explaining this to some people. It's an easy thing to be confused between Eurovision and Europe. Most people that I speak to connect the two together, including my mate. They connect to do the two together. Listen, Eurovision is nothing to do with Europe, okay? It's a television thing, and it's like a Facebook group. And it's got lots of members all over, some of which aren't even in Europe. That should give you a clue. Eurovision is actually nothing to do with Europe at all. So Brexit will not affect the Eurovision Song Contest. In the Daily Express this morning, one of their April Fool's jokes, it says, fears Britain was to be banned from the Eurovision Song Contest were growing today after the body governing the quality of European pop music warned hard Brexit might mean Great Britain's Eurovision exit. Well, I say the quality of European pop music. The song we've got, which is, it sounds like something on that film, The Greatest Showman. Now, I'm not a fan of that film. I've seen snippets of it, and I don't know why, because I like musicals. I like musicals, but it's got that dreadful, dreary ballad that people come and sing at the karaoke. Oh, you know what someone done Friday, don't you? Oh, I couldn't believe it. I Will Always Love You. And I will always love you. That one. Oh, God, do I hate it. And it was quite funny because my friend Maureen, who's always with us in the morning, Maureen and Steve, they know I hate that song, and they looked straight at me and they were chuckling to themselves. I can't bear dreary old ballads done at karaoke. Now, not all ballads are dreary. I've said that before. You know, ballads like, let's think of another one, Arthur's Theme. That's not dreary. And it also, I think, depends how you sing it as well. If you come up like a diva when you're not a diva, it doesn't really work. And someone done that one. And our Eurovision song is like something that's come out of that film, The Greatest Showman. And it's just awful. I think it's delivered badly as well. Dreadful song. Why can't we have a nice, upbeat, happy number? Anyway, the story goes on. It wouldn't be fair on the other countries if Britain is still able to compete despite leaving the EU. Well, we never win anyway. What difference does it make? The decision quickly prompted angry music fans across the UK to set up a campaign group. Oh, is that one of those left-wing campaign groups that they have on Facebook? Oh, Christ, there's one for everyone, isn't there, on there? You know. Action against green cats. The campaign group tweeted, "We're absolutely furious at the decision to block Eurovision after Brexit." And it goes on the story. Now, listen, that will be an April Fool's joke, that one. Absolutely an April Fool's joke, okay? Take no notice of that at all. And there's another one here somewhere. Now, where is it? Here we are. Piers Morgan, this one's in the Sun. Piers Morgan thinks Gemma Collins would do a better job as Prime Minister than Theresa May. The reality TV star offered the PM a helping hand to get control of Brexit as she appeared, that's Gemma Collins, on Good Morning Britain today, appearing to make a play for power. Can you just imagine Gemma Collins as Prime Minister? You imagine going to see those foreigners. That we ain't effing doing that. We do what we effing like in the UK. So F you lot. She'd be like that, wouldn't she? As she leaves the Strasbourg and pops in to the nearest McDonald's for her 11s. Probably her 12s, her 1s, her 2s and her 3s. Is it true that Gemma Collins is now going to McDonald's every half an hour instead of every hour? Is there any truth in that rumour? It says, appearing to make a play for power, Gemma Collins says, Teresa, if you're watching this, good morning. We need to get the police back on our streets and helping everybody out. I would be nice to be able to go and talk to them. We haven't got that anymore. Teresa needs to make a decision. I voted out. I would do it again. Teresa needs to lead our nation, take a deep breath and make a deal. Let's move forward. What is she doing? Well, I can't believe that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences there, and she didn't swear once. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And because she didn't swear, right, I think the whole Gemma Collins interview with Piers Morgan today was an April Fool's joke. I don't think it was Gemma Collins. I think it was a drag queen. I don't think it was Gemma Collins at all. It was probably a drag queen. So there's 2 fake stories in the papers for you this morning. And Facebook is absolutely full of April Fool's jokes. So don't be fooled. There won't be any on this programme, dear. We're far too upper crust to do April Fool's jokes on this live programme coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. All right. Let's have a look here. Let's just scroll up there. There's young Duke. There's young Duke. Duke is with us this morning. Morning to Mari. Good morning, Mari. No April Fool's jokes, Mari. We don't do them on this programme, dear. There's so many of them on Facebook. I don't need to do them on the air. Okay. Let's have a look. Adam, I was in the West End at the weekend and they had a protest going on about Eurovision Song Contest. How ridiculous. They had their little placards and boards shouting boycott and stop Eurovision. Paul, if we had Elton John entering, we still wouldn't win. I don't think we would, Paul. I don't think they would. We've had, who's that bloke who does all the shows and that? Andrew Lloyd Webber. We've had him playing the piano on there. And we've had, please, Engelbert Humperdinck. Do you remember that one? We've had big people. Blue? No votes. It makes no difference who sings the songs. If it's a popular person or if Shirley Bassey might win it. Because all the gays love her, don't they? The gays love Shirley Bassey. I don't understand at what point, how did the Eurovision Song Contest become gay? How did that happen? I remember watching it as a child in the 1970s and it kind of started going then. You had some serious singers. I've even watched them from the 60s. There's no indication of gayness in the 60s. And then gradually, as we got into the 70s, it started happening. Songs like Diggy Loo Diggy Lay, with 4 delightful looking boys with tight white trousers on and bright sparkling shirts. And it then kind of started increasing. Now, you watch it today. Have a look at the audience when it comes in May at the Eurovision Song Contest. There are no straight people there. There's none. They're all gays. How did that happen? How did we manage to take over the Eurovision Song Contest? I mean, why stop there? Why stop there? I think football next. I think it would be excellent to have a load of gays running around on the football pitch. I mean, we'd have much nicer little outfits than what they wear. Absolutely, dear. Little gold encrusted little shorts, a little bit higher on the leg, I think. Tight little shirts, not those things that are hanging down there. You know, I mean, I'd be very worried going in the changing room after that lot I've gone in there, dear, to be honest. Oh, yes. And perhaps we could have the gays running Parliament. Although I think they are. Is that a drag queen we've got as Prime Minister at the moment? Little Teresa? Is his name really Tony? And, more importantly, does his husband know or not? Mike says, I was watching you on Friday night. He was watching the karaoke on Friday night. Got a bit drunk. Be very wary watching our karaoke. Sometimes the singing is so bad that you will need a drink. Christopher Ireland, good morning to you, sir. Gemma Collins has got her own McDonald's franchise just for her, and she's got a Burger King as reserve. Oh, dear. No, thank you. John says Eurovision was always camp. I don't agree, John. No, you go back to the ones in the 60s. They're not camp. It started in the 70s and it's got camper and camper by the minute. It's just hilarious, the Eurovision. People take it so seriously. I think that's why we don't win. We're not serious enough. Is that what it is? We just, well, I laugh at it. Roy, bloody gays taking over everything. If it's not them, it's Gemma Collins. Roy, be gender fluid songs next. Yeah, like I Am What I Want to Be. Oh, it's like that awful one that Israel won with last year. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But it won. Why? Because it celebrates diversity. Crap song. Forget the fact that it's a music contest. Oh no, we must vote for it because it's about diversity. Oh, on and on. Get real. Vote for the song. Adam, if we had Elton John playing the piano, Barry Manilow and Shirley Bassey singing a duet, we would still not come anywhere in Eurovision. We wouldn't. You're absolutely right, Adam. We wouldn't. Honestly. Wouldn't happen. Claire, morning, Paul. There's no point in sending any decent singer or song. No one will ever vote for us. I don't think they will, Claire. I honestly don't think they will. Scooch flying the flag. How gay is that? Now, I thought that was quite a good song. We're flying the flag. Have you seen them now? Oh my God, they got old and fat. Isn't it funny how I can sit here for like 56 years I am now, and yet still not looking old or fat? In fact, Claire, I weighed myself this morning. I've just dropped slightly below 13 stone. Thank you very much. I've only a tiny bit. It's like 12 stone, 13.12 or something like that. But nevertheless, I've just dropped below that 13 stone. Very pleased about that. Although tomorrow, I've got to take my nephew out for lunch because it's his birthday today. My nephew's 22 today. And I'm quite pleased, actually. He won't be watching this. I've managed to save a bit of money. I'm so happy. Right, so it started off. I didn't know what to get him for his birthday. So I sent him a text and he didn't reply. So I told my mate, I said, I think I might just give him £100 cash. And he said, oh, that's quite a lot. I said, well, do you think so? He said, yeah, 50 quid's enough. Okay, I'll make it 50 quid. So I was going to give him 50 quid cash tomorrow. Don't you tell him this. This is our little secret, right? I was going to give him 50 quid cash. And then, yesterday, I got a text from my niece, who's in Cyprus. And I said, oh, yeah. And she said, have you got Jimmy a birthday present? I said, no, not yet. Why? She said, oh, he wants this jumper. And he wondered if me, as in my niece, Gary, that's my other nephew, and you wanted to go in together and buy him a jumper he wants. So I said, well, how much is the jumper then? 110 quid. £110 for a jumper? What planet is he on? My sister, I spoke to my sister. I said, what did you get him? She said, you won't believe this. He wanted a hat. We've paid £45 for this hat that he wants for his birthday. She said, and that was reduced from 90. Just a baseball cap. But it says something on it. I don't know, like gold in... I don't know what it says on it. Some make of hat, like Burberry or something like that. No, he's a mini chav, my nephew. Well, I say mini, he's not 22 now. A hat. Original price, £90 for a baseball cap, dear. Where are these people come from that they want a hat that was 90? You can get one of those from the pound shop or on holiday in Cyprus for €5. Anyway, so she says, do you want to come in with us? And I thought, well, hang on a minute. If the jumper's £110, so that's going to work out at about £36 each. Well, it's less than 50, isn't it? So I'm going to do that. Absolutely. Save myself 15 quid. So that's what we're doing. We're all going in together to buy one jumper for £110. I kid you not. It's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing for his birthday. And tomorrow, he's going to he's got a car to paint. That's what he does. He fixes cars. He's got his own business. Pulls out the dents and fixes scratches and things like that. And by the time he's finished with them, you'd never know there was a scratch on it. He's very good. Very good. What happens? He gets a lot of... And one morning last week, he went in at 4 o'clock in the morning because he's so busy with work. Too tight to take. He don't like to spend money. Oh, no, not my nephew. He didn't... Unless it's on football. Yeah, it's one of those, yeah. Football hooligan. It gets worse, right? Supports Chelsea. At one point, he says, perhaps we'd all club together and get me a Chelsea football. Oh, no, was it a Lincoln season ticket? 350 quid to go and watch football. How boring is that? It's only £600 to go and see Barry Manilow in the front seat. For one show, 2 hours. But that's his thing, you see. So I will be meeting him up for, taking him out for lunch tomorrow afternoon, probably. I hope to get a show in tomorrow morning when we're back at the caravan tonight. Oh, yes. I'm so excited to be going back to my caravan. My sister's going around there, I think, at some point today to turn the water back on, so I don't have to do that when I get there, and perhaps open a couple of windows, because it might have a little bit of a smell in there after it's been closed up for 2 months, mightn't it? And we'll see how we get on with that. Paul and Lou watched the karaoke stream for 45 minutes this week. That's their record. Roy and Abby doing Grease. You're the one that I want. Do you do karaoke, Roy? Oh, you must do that. You're the one that I want. Ba, 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 ba. That's me and non-Irish Mary from Ireland used to do that one. John Aiken, Gina G was my favourite Eurovision song, and she was Australian. Yes, indeed, she was. Now, what was my favourite? I've got a couple of favourites, but they didn't get anywhere. Israel, Light a Candle. I love that song. Light a candle. Look it up when I finish. I'm going to finish shortly, okay? Look up Israel Eurovision, Light a Candle. It's got a really good build-up, and I loved the Austrian one that won, Rise Like a Phoenix. Rise like a phoenix, out of the ashes seeking love and adventure. One of my friends does it at karaoke. His name's Matt. You've probably seen him. Oh, he's such a good singer. Such a good singer. Claire, on the subject of the weight, well done. I've had a gorgeous freshly made donuts and toffee waffles while I was away, but it's back on the swimming pool. Nothing wrong with doing that, Claire. I always say that. Have a treat now and again. Why not? You can't just live, on lettuce, can you, darling? Some people do. I think, who's that? Naomi Campbell. She only has one lettuce leaf every 3 months. Did you know that? Hello to Tony Carroll. Morning, Tony. Maybe the Mad Hatters. Yes. Mari, Barry Manilow concert, money well spent, but I can never get front row these days. Or you've got to be quick, Mari. You've got to be a member of the fan club, and they announce the tickets before they go on general sale. You have to be quick with those front row tickets. They are astronomically expensive now. Last time I didn't get one because I thought they'd become too expensive, and I sat a few rows back, but right at the side, and I gotta be honest, I was disappointed. I think I went twice. So I'd rather go. I know some of the wonderful, lovely Manilow ladies. They go to all the concerts. Like, if he comes here, they will book a week off at work and go to every single concert. Right? I would rather collect all that money together and have one really good seat on one night. So I'll probably do that next time. Instead of going a few times, I'll just go on the once and get a nice front row ticket. I think once you've gone... Wrong words. Once you've gone front row, that's it. It's a bit like, when you're on a plane. Once you've saved up the money and got the nice seat at the front of the plane, you can't sit in the back again. It's just incredibly uncomfortable. It is. And it was all right, the show, but I just didn't feel I was emotionally attached to it like you can be if you're sitting at the front. Although it's just as bad, if you're sitting at a concert with someone, whether it's front row, middle row, or at the back, and you get someone next to you who talks. Oh, Chris, did you see that? Oh, Chris, oh, shut up. Adam came with me to one of the Barry Man. He wasn't like that. He sat there quietly and watched it. Some people, they're jabbing you in the side. Oh, that was good. Shut up. I'm trying to watch the show here. And last time, of course, because I wasn't far back, but I was just kind of out of it. I think I wasn't that far back even. But I didn't feel like I was part of the show, and I couldn't get good pictures either on the phone. But that didn't matter so much, really. I mean, I think sometimes you go to a show and all you do is take the pictures all the time. It's just a little bit too much, isn't it? Mari, definitely don't need earmuffs, Barry Manilow. You certainly don't, Mari. Certainly don't. Even if it's so cold, like in New York. Ever been in New York in January or February? Oh, God, it's cold. It's so cold. I remember having a look around St. Patrick's Cathedral. Catholic Cathedral. Oh, how beautiful is that? Anyone been there? St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York for Mass. Oh, stunning. I left the hotel and my ears froze. It was awful. So cold. Don't go to New York in January or February. Unless, of course, Barry Manilow's on. Tony, I saw Neil Diamond at the Round in Christchurch, New Zealand a few years ago. Yes, he's got the... is it Alzheimer's or dementia? That's not the same thing, is it? Alzheimer's and dementia. Two different things. He's got one of those. And I remember seeing him either last year or the year before, possibly Royal Variety Show or some big show like that. And he came onto the stage and I looked at him and I thought, you don't even know where you are, do you? His eyes were like glazed over. And it's just one of those things. You remember these people are still great, but sometimes I think... And a similar thing happens with the old lady in the Waltons. Do you remember the Waltons? That one. And the old lady on there, they made a film years and years after the series finished, and she was in it. But she wasn't there. And she had no speaking lines in this, and they were like talking to her. Like, of course, she is an old lady, but she clearly had either dementia or Alzheimer's, but they wanted her in the show maybe. And she had no idea where she was. You could tell. It was very sad, really. But unfortunately, that happens to some people. Some of us, maybe me, maybe you. It's just one of those things with life as we get older. Of course, years ago, most of us would be, 200 years ago, most of us would be dead by now. No one got to 40, did they? Let alone 56. Or some of you are even older than that. There were very few 70-year-old people around 200 years ago. You'd all be dead from TB or the Black Death or something like that. Wouldn't you? So, we're lucky to be here, but we get these new diseases like Alzheimer's, cancers and things like that come along to us when we get older. Or if you're really unlucky when you're younger. I always feel like the universe is a bit unfair when you hear that a child has got leukemia or died in some sort of crash or something like that. It always seems very unfair, doesn't it, when someone so young dies like that. Tony, only talking bloody movies in the cheap seats. When I go gold class seating, we go gold class seating, Tony, at the movies. It is worth saving up a little bit more. It really is, to get a nice seat at whatever you're doing, whether it's at the movies or at the theatre, at a play, or indeed on a plane. It is worth saving up a bit more for the better seat. And, don't have a meal all week or something like that to save up the money. Roy says, Barry never comes to see me anymore. I'm not going to see him. Why would he come and see you, Roy? What can you do that will entertain us? I'm waiting for some entertainment, Roy. You're the same as me. No one listens. Katie, the best concert I went to was Pink. Just amazing. Yeah, Pink, she's very talented, isn't she? Tony once won tickets to Ronan Keating. Took his mum. We only had standing tickets, but you could shake hands with him. That's where you want to be, right at the front like that. I did that to all my Vegas concerts. We were in the front. Lionel Richie, the Gold Circle. Good seats. He was good, Lionel Richie. He's funny. He is. Mari, as always, quick, Chris, and a fan club member, but not quick enough. Oh, really? So she's a fan club member. Can't get a seat really near the front. Do you look for in the front row seat section, Mari? Or do you take pot luck? I wonder. Glenn Campbell's got Alzheimer's. My magic, better entertainment than some crooning. I'm sure it is. All right, Roy. Now, listen. I'm going to have to go here because I must get down the doctor's so he can have a little look at my tummy. But we're due today's birthdays first. And first of all, top of the list is my nephew, Mr. Jimmy Butler, 22 years old today. Happy birthday, Mr. Nephew. Lunch tomorrow on me. Chips or pizza. Won't go anywhere posh. Happy birthday, Jimmy. All right, 22 today. Ashley Royce. Good morning, Ashley. 31 years old today. Morning, Ash. Georgex Smith is 42 today. Debbie Hegarty, good morning, Debbie. 50 years old today. Sue Robbins today, 40 years old today. Kalman Res Moves is a young 29 today. I love that coat you've got on. Yeah, I think you're one of my karaoke singers. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're doing well. Pop along again soon, unless you've disappeared to wherever you're from there, okay? Holly, good morning to Holly, 26 years old today. Holly Morange Loviselli. Adge Willard Rowe, happy birthday. Clive Andrews, there's Clive, 52 years old today. You look very different in that photo, Clive. Happy birthday. Tom Anthony. Morning, Tom. Happy birthday. Fabio White, DJ who I worked with a couple of times many, many years ago. Happy birthday, Fabio. Sam Adam today is 30 years old. Chantelle Bushes is 68 years old. And look who's there. Miss Lily Shambles. How are you, my dear? Long time no see. So happy birthday to Lily as well. It doesn't say your age on there, Lily. Probably a good idea, my darling. All right, there we are. Earplugs on, Joanna. Here we go, my dear. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Tonight I'll be hosting karaoke. It's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 7:30. Come along, sing us a song. It's free entry and cheap drinks as well. Karaoke tonight at Central Station in Wharfdale Road. Monday night karaoke from 7:30. Thanks ever so much for joining us today. Hopefully I'll see you at some point tomorrow morning coming from Lincolnshire. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.